Hello everybody, Nihilo here, and today the topic for discussion is on the necessity of Gamergate and its supposed toxicity. So, this topic has come up a lot over the past 2 months. Is Gamergate as a hashtag toxic and bad for the movement? And then others, like Jim Sterling, imply that it's unnecessary to make progress or to feel like the ethics need to improve. I fervently disagree to both of these assertions, and I want to begin with the toxicity of Gamergate. People, to back their point about how awful Gamergate is, will point to the supposed acts of Gamergaters, where they, again, supposedly make death threats towards feminists or the anti-gate. Some, like Anita Sarkeesian, or much more recently, Brianna Wu, have tweeted about how people are threatening them. Now, several more qualified people have made videos criticizing the authenticity of these claims, so I won't delve into that in this video. People like Mundane Matt are far better at that sort of thing, so go subscribe to him and watch his videos. Instead, I believe these acts are dangerous to us. SJWs want these things to happen. You can expect bad eggs to come from any group, surely, but when the focus is brought to them, that's much more dangerous for the wider audience. So you can expect the people like this to play the victim and, and cause a distraction and hurt the movement just by labeling them poorly. And I want to make a comparison, but before I do, I want to warn people not to be distracted and think that I am saying that these two things are the same. Pay attention to what is being compared instead of the magnitude of the comparison. I want to look at the civil rights movement. Two major groups participated for civil rights. The largest group practiced civil disobedience, while others rioted. Martin Luther King Jr. preached the former, while Malcolm X was a proponent of the latter. The largest group was, of course, the civil disobedience group, but the focus was drawn to the latter by anti-civil rights advocates. And this is a common practice. To hurt one group, all you have to do is find its extremists and make them the figureheads. And the SJWs want to label us degenerates and cyber terrorists, like the anti-civil rights proponents label their enemies as rioters and ne'er-do-wells. So what can be gleaned from this example is that consistently sharing your views calmly and, concisely and not antagonistically is much better than rioting or attacking your opponents physically. We must fight this false representation consistently by pointing out how it is a single case or by pointing at the thousands who are just speaking their mind. Now, I want to move on to Jim Sterling's idea and about the Gamergate hashtag. And I want to say that his idea and other suggestions for better hashtags are dangerous. So the issue with abandoning the hashtag, even after many have besmirched it, is that we lose organization and we lose our message that has been tied to it. This is why I must disagree with Sterling. Just having those views is not good enough. I want to point to another real-world example. Which are more effective in getting legislation passed, unions or a mob? Unions collectively cause a bigger hit because they have organized resources. We need the and also an organized agenda. We need the hashtag to thrive and continue, just as teachers needed the union to continue overrepresenting themselves in the state legislatures. We cannot let our rioters, or supposed rioters, you don't even know if they are real people, become the icon for the group. We must continue our plea and the boycotts and make sure our voices are heard properly. Several groups have tried to defame us, so we cannot take their suggestions to disband. That is what they want. They want the organization to stop so that their interests have a larger voice and so that their echo chamber may be restored. So when people say we should use a different tag or that we don't need Gamergate, know that we are wrong, or know that they are wrong or malicious. They wish to spread us thin or to focus their enemy on something else entirely. And I want to tie this all up by saying we are neither a mob or a union. We are a strange blend. We have the voice of a union with the force and diversity of a mob. We are not malicious in our intent, however. We are what we claim to be, gamers. And we don't feel comfortable with the idea that people are trying to end us as a group. And I just want to end it here. Once again, we play to win. Good luck.